Well, I have two things to tell you guys about. But first, allow me to introduce you guys to the next bonus video that I am doing. The first bonus video, if you don't remember, was Conker's Bad Fur Day. I wanted to do that first. Well, mates, it's Omega Dragon, and welcome back for some more Donkey Kong 64. That actually came up right on time with my intro. Last time we've beaten King K. Rool, King Crusher K. Rool, and saved the Banana Isles, also known as the DK Isles. My bad. Somehow I was used to just saying the Banana Isles for some odd reason. Maybe because Banana Isles was from Donkey Kong Adventure, which I was going to do after DK64 for the bonus videos. But I've decided on doing Banjo-Tooie first. Banjo-Tooie after Donkey Kong 64, I mean. I was going to discuss what videos I will be recording, but I will say right here that unfortunately I am not able to do Banjo-Kazooie's bonuses. I tried, and unfortunately I can't get the stop and swap unless there is what was this one? Okay, this was the right one. A second Banjo-Kazooie game out, so I'm not able to discuss future videos until later on through the day because I'm also going to stream. It's either later on through the day or it was yesterday. I don't know. I don't even know how long this video would end up being. But all we're going to do is we're going to get the banana medals we missed, and then we're going to do minigames from least favorite to most favorite. Now about that, somehow I forgot already where it was. We need 5 more banana medals, and that's all we need to worry about. So what worlds is that we need to get the banana medals from? From the DK Isles, that doesn't matter. Oops. Here, Hideout Home, for one thing, we don't need to worry about either, but Jungle Japes, I think all of that's been completed. It has. Pretty much the best thing to do is to look. Gosh darn, where is it? There it is. We need to look through all of these worlds. Angry Aztec needs 2 more. Frantic Factory is good. Gloomy Galleon needs 2 more. Funky Forest is good. Crystal Caves is good, but Creepy Castle needs 1 more, which I think I know which Kong that is. So for what I'm going to show where every banana is. Apparently, I've only gotten 390 bananas with these Kongs, and that means I've gotten barely any with some of the Kongs. Whoops, wrong one. Angry Aztec. Diddy Kong is good. Lanky Kong needs 1. He has 55 bananas. And Tiny Kong needs 1. She has only 70, so she only needs 5 more. Next is Gloomy Galleon. Lanky Kong is good. Diddy Kong needs 1. Tiny Kong is good. Chunky Kong needs 1. That's gonna take a little while. Next is the final world, Creepy Castle, which I was predicting Chunky Kong, but it's Diddy Kong. So pretty much all I'm going to show you guys is where all of those bananas are. I'm going to Creepy Castle first because that's the first thing we need to worry about. So I'll be back when I find the bananas. Unable to explain anything about the coming of the videos, meaning the COMING, if you didn't know what I meant. The videos that are going to be premiered and all that. I will just say that one of the videos I'm going to do as a premiere. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is still going to be the day before the release of Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope Part 1. Okay, so the camera is the same as Banjo-Kazooie. Just wanted to make double sure on that. So I need Diddy Kong for these bananas. And I need to figure out where they are. But I am doing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate still. Gosh darn it, I did. It's a good thing that there's no extra lives. It's also a bad thing because I really like the extra lives here. I'll just come back when I find the bananas. Got it. Here's some bananas. How many bananas does Diddy Kong have? Chunky Kong has 65, I think. Diddy Kong had 60 something, which was just 60. So I'm going to get Chunky Kong's banana medal, which was actually really easy. Diddy Kong's coins. Aha! Finally! It was right here the whole time. I just stopped looking here and there they are. There's the last one for Lanky Kong. Nope, it's this one over here that's the last one. Wait, that's Diddy Kong's, right? I can't tell. Nope, that's Tiny Kong's. Pretty sure. So I found every... Oh, there's two of them. Yeah, got them all. I didn't miss, or I meant to say I did miss another. Got it. There we have it. I've gotten every banana medal in an hour and a half as well, which I think like 20% of that video is what will count because all I was doing was looking for bananas and I finally found all of the bananas needed. So now when I exit the level, it will say that I'm 101% complete with the game. Love the minecart. I'm tempted to do the minecart as well for the minigames that I like. But indeed, we have 101% of the game. So now we are going to do mini games from least favorite to most favorite, which I'm actually going to do minecarts first because I want to get those out of the way, and then I'll do bosses or mini games. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Or you know what? I'm not going to do that. Because there's still, because that's like the mini games there would be races and the minecarts. So I'm not gonna do that. This is left for any of you who want to watch my LP of it. So I'm just gonna do mini games. There he is. I told you, World 1 is really easy to get to him. Creepy Castle is also easy. Mission complete, Kong. It's time to do bonus. We get to do all of these mini games, which surprises me that there's actually not that many There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mini games. Doing all of these from least favorite to most favorite, but I don't remember which one is. I actually don't remember which one was that minecart one. Parallel Path Panic, that's what the minecart was. My least favorite, of course, I'm doing first, which is Beaver Bother. Never will love that minigame. I actually wonder what this is like because I've never done this before.
Welcome to bonus stage.
And I'm doing this in higher speeds as well. I wasn't finished. I meant to say I'll do them on higher speeds for the ones I want to do in higher speeds, just not this one. I hate Beaver Bother. This is gonna take me forever. So this is gonna require a lot of editing, at least for this. And I will show every fail after. But if I do it first try, I'll freak out off commentary. Thank goodness I finally did it. That was annoying, but I'm glad I did it. Mission complete. My next minigame I'm choosing, because Beaver Bother was definitely the most annoying one, but the next one I'm doing is, I think it's this one, Crazy Kong Clamor. This one's gonna be super annoying because of the fact that I can't pause. And I think it's going to be as bad as I am thinking. And then my next one is Big Bug Bash because that one was also very annoying. There's a lot of annoying minigames in here. I'm so glad I'm doing least favorite to most favorite because there are 3 of them that I actually don't like. I'm actually going to do Big Bug Bash first because I pretty much hated that more than this one. So let's do it. And I'm not even gonna turn off my commentary this time. I have to get 10 of these, I think. Nope, 10. Good. I should have turned off my commentary. I thought I was not going to get them. I was about to be very upset with that, but I did it. Now we're doing Crazy Kong Clamor, and I don't even know what this is going to be like.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Okay, so I have to hit 10 of them, so it is just the basic ones. Nope. That was interesting. I wonder if that was the same, like the same hard one, because I felt like that was actually pretty hard, and I actually managed to do it. And then I'm listening to the background. Sorry that I'm not saying much of anything. Bonkers Barrel Bandit, if I can remember that one, is because I think Kremlin Kosh is my favorite one. I don't remember what this is. Oh, that's the slots one. That one is not too bad. That one's like a rhythm-based thing, where you have to try to figure out where you're supposed to line up the pictures. So the next one I'm actually going to do is it Searchlight Seek that I didn't like that much? I actually want to know.
Welcome to bonus
Oh,
stage.
that was exactly different. This was the next one I hated. I remembered. You just have to predict where it's going. Alright. I got all of them in 30 seconds. Barely 30 seconds. So now we head on to a few of my most favorites, because that was half, right? Yes, it was. So now it's some of my most favorites. The first one I'm doing is, I don't remember this one, Bonkers Barrel Bandit. But the Peril Path Panic is, actually that's not next. Teetering Turtle Trouble wasn't much, so I'm going to do that one
Welcome
first.
to bonus stage.
This one I'm doing on high speed, which I can't pause. I'm actually gonna fail this on purpose. I've never seen that before. Oh, they just fall off. I thought the snakes eat the turtles. Which they do look like Koopa Troopas. Wow, that must have been harder. That definitely felt harder. I had to keep a rhythm going, and a few times that felt delayed. But my word, that was definitely harder. If that wasn't harder, then surprisingly I did really well, and I felt like that was really hard. I'm gonna cut for a little bit because I didn't do this before I did Minigames. We are going to do, that one was pretty much nearing my most favorites. I'm glad I did that for the fifth one. The next one I'm doing, don't remember this. Oh yeah, I do remember I'm doing this one. Bonkers Barrel Bandit.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Yeah, that has to be harder. What the heck? A few of them weren't even that bad. 1 of 4 bananas to win the jackpot. Press A to spin and stop the route. Alright, doing this, I'm turning off the commentary and turning the speed up to 125%. That's the hardest version, 35 seconds. I swear that the hardest version there was like 50 or 60 seconds, and they were fast. 35 seconds. That must be the hardest version.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Man, that was tough. Jeez, I'm not speeding that one up. I thought it was gonna be 60 seconds. That was fast, even without the high speed. Jeez. I'm gonna turn the audio back down for a little bit, but I'm going to turn it back up. I swear some of these are harder than the original were. A few of them were easier, but jeez, that makes me wonder how hard the Kremlin Kosh is gonna be, and that's my most favorite minigame. Parallel Path Panic is the next one, and that's a minecart, right? Hopefully. Oh, they didn't do minecart. What the heck? Why didn't they do minecart? This is not really my favorite either. Gosh darn it! I swear I thought Parallel Path Panic was minecart. I'm sad they didn't put that in. The minecart minigames are my favorite. That sucks. And now it's Kremlin Kosh, my most favorite minigame there. Why didn't they add the minigame for the minecart? That just sucks. Whatever. I love that. That was fun. Now comes the editing to see how long this is gonna be. I'm gonna turn down the audio volume for this and press the home button. Because if my edit, the video ends up being a half an hour long so far, then I am going to do bosses from least favorite to most favorite. There is one more minigame I'm going to play because I actually forgot about it, surprisingly enough. It is one of my most favorites, so that is definitely something I'm going to do. But I am hoping I also get to do bosses, because then it will feel like a premiere worthy video, and it will be an awesome premiere as well. Because then the only premiere I have to worry about left is Banjo-Tooie, and then Super Smash Bros. Ultimate premiere is gonna be on the 19th. And if I get to do if I get to only upload one video per day for almost the rest of this, because Donkey Kong Adventures, I'm going to upload 2 videos there, then I will be very thrilled about that. Because that means less worrying about editing and uploading, and more worrying about just recording on time. But so far, it's looking like, for what time it is for me, for you guys it's definitely not this time. I am going to, because for me right now it's actually not 4:47, but I don't know how to change the time on the Wii U version. But I am going to be very glad, because that means there's only 3 bonus parts, and those bonus parts are going to be all in the 11th, 12th, and 13th, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I would only worry about premiering Donkey Kong 64, or I could even do Banjo-Tooie bosses on the same day, but I want to do the premiere, and it's going to be a lot of work for me anyways. So if this ends up being a half an hour long, I will do more and do bosses, because the bosses won't even take me that long. And I'll only spoil that my least favorite boss is Mad Jack, and my most favorite boss is Armadillo, but I'm doing Armadillo and then the final boss, because both of them are very close to each other on who I like more than the other. I like Armadillo more than King K. Rool because it's the music and the jackpack. It's really epic for me. King K. Rool, the music is nice and it feels really cool to be in a boxing ring. The rigged boxing ring, but it's fine. So I'm going to do Rambies. I'm going to see what happens on the video standards. If it ends up being a half an hour long, then I will record more and do the bosses as well. But if it ends up being more than 40 minutes, no matter how much longer, like the only thing is, if it's 40 minutes and 50 seconds, that's the most I'm tolerating for me to be able to do bosses. Like if it gets near 41 minutes by the estimate, I'm just going to do Minigames and Golden Bananas. It is unfortunate I was not able to do Banjo-Kazooie, because when I tried to do the stop and swap there, which I know I could just do Xbox because of my new account, but I'm speedrunning on that account, so that's just going to be pretty tough for me. I could just show you where they are on the Xbox while speedrunning it. That could be a possible thing that I could do while speedrunning the game, but also that means I have to do it without glitches, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to speedrun Banjo-Kazooie and see if I can also do a bit of a bonus after the run. Depends on how long the stream ends up being for that one. But all of that discussion will happen on stream, which is for sure not going to be before the stream. This video is not going to be before the stream starts. It's going to be after the stream starts. Like after the stream is finished. It's going to be tomorrow for you guys and me as well. It's going to be tomorrow for both you guys and me. So I have a lot to do before chilling. So we will see what happens. See you guys next time. If I am not going to be battling the bosses, but if I do, I'll see you in a moment. It's all dependent on what happens. Enjoy Rambies minigame, because that one is awesome. Dude, that was nuts. Yeah, seriously. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. That was funny, honestly, that I accidentally did that. You know what? Let's just try it. I'm going to record the bosses from least favorite to most favorite. And this is just in case. I am recording 2 videos if the Minigames ends up being a separate video. So, welcome to what may be a premiere, or welcome to the second half of the clip where I'll only be showing off bosses from least favorite to most favorite. I didn't mean to come here, so I'm going to quit. I did beat my high score in the Rambi arena, and now I'm going to show you bosses, which I am very thrilled about. I'm going to turn on the audio in case you can't hear me. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry. I'm going to turn up to negative 26 at least. So, welcome to the bosses of the game. And I'm going to pick my least favorite first. And you would be wondering which of these bosses these are. I'm going to spoil them. So if you haven't watched my LP at all about my Donkey Kong 64 LP or the revisited one, I recommend you not watching this one either. Until you've seen the LP, or if you just want to skip the bosses, then you may do that as well. But the jungle boss is Armadillo. Angry Aztec is Dogadon. Darn it, my left stick is a bit drifty. Factory is, and I can't go up by T-pad, so it's pretty much what you have to deal with at times. Factory boss is my least favorite boss, and I'm doing that first. Mad Jack. Galleon is Puff Toss. That one isn't too bad. Forest boss is Dogadon Phase 2. Caves boss is my most favorite, but I got a surprise for you guys. And Castle boss is King Cutout, which surprisingly enough is a pretty interesting boss to me. So as you plainly know, I don't like this boss at all, so I'm going to do that one first. I'm going to turn off my commentary, but you are definitely going to know how annoying these bosses are. I'm only going to say my opinion about all of these. But this one takes the cake on my least favorite boss because the platforming is super annoying to deal with. That boss was annoying. I still hate that boss to this day. It's so annoying to beat. It's more annoying than scary. It's only scary by face, but so annoying battle-wise. Platforming and having to deal with his rays is insane. Makes me wonder why they didn't make him the creepy castle boss. They should have made King Cutout the factory boss because of how they made King Cutout. But yet they whip swapped somehow, or they just thought of making this guy the factory boss thinking it was gonna be easy. It definitely wasn't. That definitely was like a harder boss than King Cutout. King Cutout wasn't even that bad to me. It was only hard to me the first time, and then the rest is rhythm based, just like this boss, but better. So now, heading to my second least favorite boss. Surprisingly enough, I'm actually tied between these two. You would think that Dogadon Phase 2 would have been one of my most favorites, but surprisingly enough, Dogadon Phase 1 was actually one of the better bosses to me. So I'm actually going to choose that boss first, because this thing I hate was the second phase of the second phase fight. The first phase of that second phase fight is the same as the original, but what makes it worse is the firewall and you are timed for the last bit, and that's the thing I hate the most. Is because I tried doing anything in my power to take him down, but it still takes me to this day. It's luck based to me. Like at times I do it in 3 tries, at times I do it in the first try. It's still hard to me. So that's why I'm doing this one first. Otherwise, the music is good, and battling Dogadon again in the first phase is pretty nice to do because I know how to dodge those fireballs. They are pretty fun. But I still like the Angry Aztec version because of the music, dodging fireballs, and you battling him as Diddy Kong. Because it's funny just squashing that baby as Diddy Kong as well. It's hilarious. And I still feel like Dogadon is a guy, so technically you squashed his son, making him very mad. I did it, but I couldn't freaking not press up. It's a reflex. still surprises me that Dogadon doesn't die there. That looks lethal. That he would be drowning in lava and just burning all the time. But surprisingly enough, he survives somehow. I'm guessing it's because that platform would probably be at the slab level. He rests for a little and then he flies up to King K. Rool, saying that he retires from the job like he does in the cutscene. But it surprises me that he would still survive that. So, yes, that boss was insane. And I finally managed to beat him. But I didn't expect that to be a bit more annoying. Actually, that wasn't even more annoying then. It's a good thing I picked him as my second least favorite. Jeez, I like the boss, but doing that kind of style of boss fighting, I tried to survive the firewall, but it's a reflex that I press up after ledge grabbing, and not pressing up because I have a feeling that my left stick is going to think that I'm pressing down still, which makes me fall down. So that's why I press up to make sure that it doesn't lock myself into a down position. But that's a terrible mistake. But I still didn't want to risk anything. So now my next boss I'm picking is Puff Toss. Gosh darn it. Puff Toss is my third least favorite, and the only reason why is because of the gates. The gates, because they shrink down in size and you are timed for less and less every time. It's pretty much more of a stressor than just me not liking the boss in general. Because it's not the boss shooting things that stresses me out, it's the timer after the gates. So technically, there are 7 bosses I'm picking, but there's 8 bosses in general. But I'm picking the final boss last because of the bloopers that happens after the credits, which I know is a spoiler, but you guys have already seen unless you haven't watched my older OP of it. I have done the credits. I have been able to 101% the game before, but back then I didn't know that it required banana medals, and I was coincidentally able to get every one of them. And I didn't know that, honestly. I thought I missed one somehow, but I did get all of them. So now we're doing Puff Toss. And that one I definitely turned off my commentary for. And I still managed to do it in the first try, but there is a chance that I might actually fail. Like, I mean to say, might actually fail the gates. I've done the gates first try, but I otherwise die against them. If you remembered, oh yeah, that's not a cheat code. That's something you have to worry about getting every banana frame for. Now, I don't remember what this means. I definitely wish that for the Nintendo 64 expansion they finally put this on the Switch, because if they finally do that, then we would finally get a multiplayer game going on. And I'd finally do that as a bonus as well, because I swear, Donkey Kong 64 is a very fun game to play in multiplayer. Banjo-Tooie was pretty much almost as fun. Of course, that's the premiere. But I really want to battle. I want to duke it out with many people in this game. See who becomes the ruler, and it would be even funner if I brought the Switch. Yes, I know, maybe funner is not a word, but I always think funner and funnest is a word, because I've heard people say it's the funnest thing in the game. But it's most fun, it's more fun, not funner and funnest, whatever. I'm still saying those words like they are real words, so don't blame me. Galleon boss is next for my third least favorite boss, and prepare to be surprised about who is in the middle. Because, surprisingly enough, I'll just say, I like King Cutout more than the middle boss. He is my third most favorite boss because of the rhythm in the game. In the boss battle, I need to say. now we're on to the mid-range, which, prepare to be surprised because my mid-range boss is actually Armadillo's first phase. The reason why is because there's not much happening. It's just Armadillo rolling out. That's all it is. It's just you have to avoid Armadillo's rollout and missiles. The cave boss was way more fun. I even love how Squawks just comes in after you defeat the first boss by saying, "Hey, you've actually gotten the key. Now you can free Clumsy from his cage, or unlock one of the locks." Whatever he says. Yeah, in the middle there. Now my third most favorite boss, like I said, is King Cutout. Because the other two bosses, you already know who, are my most favorite bosses. They are really fun to battle no matter what. I love this boss too because rhythm is fun too. That's the main reason why I like King Cutout. Some people don't like King Cutout because of the voice and just because of the battle style. But I like it because it's rhythm based and I love rhythm based battles. Now the next boss, and yes, I'm actually going to say all of these bosses now, but my next boss is Dogadon Phase 1, and the reason why I like Dogadon Phase 1, you already know, fireballs, just love dodging them, and fighting him as Diddy Kong, and also, one more thing, I just love, basically, I love battling him as Diddy Kong because, technically, it just feels more right. Battling him as Chunky Kong, it feels right because of the second phase of the second battle, but it's also pretty weird too. It feels pretty weird to do, and also it's just pretty infuriating having you dodge the firewall and all that. But this boss, it's everything I like about this one, but it's just that Armadillo's better because of the fact that it feels more like a mech boss, and that's the thing I love. King K. Rool would have been number 2, this would have been number 3, but my most favorite boss is Armadillo because of everything about it. The jetpack, the cannon shooting out fireballs to dodge, and just the second phase of that fight having a huge cannon. I love everything about it. No matter how many times I would die from it, which I don't think I've died at all in my first playthrough, I just loved it. And I finally figured out how to dodge the homing bullet, but it's hard to do without taking any hits. It's time! I got a couple things to say before I battle the final boss, which is what we're going to be doing. Which is technically the final boss. I gotta change that. I'm gonna change these settings. But the... Oh, screw it. Let me just figure this out. That's not what I wanted. I don't know how to get... Oh, right. Not that. Sorry, I'm just... Well, let me just say this first and then I'll go onward. But I am going to be battling the final boss, and I'm going to do it without commentary this time. I'm not going to read the I'm not going to... It seem like I'm not reading the dialogue, but I'm turning off my commentary, and I would still be reading the dialogue. I just want you guys to have the full enjoyment of the theme. But I'm hoping from after this premiere, I'm able to also upload Banjo-Tooie's bosses from least favorite to most favorite, which I'm believing won't be much. I'm betting it's going to be like a half an hour long. But Lord Wu Fak is one of those bosses, and that guy takes forever to beat when it's Banjo and Kazooie. And then also for another thing, if I'm not able to upload 2 videos on the day this is premiered, which I know this is nearing the end of the premiere, I am going to have to upload 2 videos on 3 days of next week. Or, not really 3 days of next week, but 2 days of this week, and then 2 days, or 2 videos on the 19th as well, because what I'm planning on premiering on the 19th is at 4 o'clock Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's exciting tournament of Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I hope you guys enjoy. I actually am looking forward to this. Gotta say, I got knocked out as Diddy Kong. I thought I was gonna do round 1. That surprises me that it didn't. Like, I thought I was gonna do round 3, but it didn't.
In the red corner, round 4. In the red corner.
Next. 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 Next.
That always makes me laugh, no matter how late it is in the game. No matter how many times I play the game, the bloopers always makes me laugh. That is hilarious. I just love the cat splats burping. I love the fact that Dog Don is afraid of a tiny little beaver. And I love the ending of that when the fairy was about to say something, but I think his name was Grout, burps next to her. And that always makes me laugh because she gets interrupted. She's like, okay, fine, I'm leaving. I was gonna say something, but I guess I'm not going to. I love that. It's always hilarious to me. Not getting why I can't pause. This is annoying. This is more annoying than the new one. I hate that I cannot freaking pause. Why is it so hard to get these guys? Come on! Why is it that the last ones just don't get in there? That's annoying. Even worse than when they just go away from me instead of going away from me in another direction. Go away from the freaking holes, what I mean. Get in the hole, you dumb beavers! Are you kidding me? I swear that's harder. What the heck was that? You've got to be kidding me. That was so annoying. I swear I've been hitting that boss over and over. That was stupid. Gosh darn it. That was terrible.